Final speaker is Ana Sanchis from the University Jaume I in Castellón in Spain, or I work part-time, but I don't know why my name is on here. It's Ana who's done all the work. She and our colleagues at UGI have been building a smart campus as a small microcosm for a smart city, and so she's going to show the 8-minute version of some of the things that have been done on campus. Ana.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, then yes, I will show you a little bit of that smart campus, but also I would like to explain you more in the context of the geodesign concept, a new idea that it's starting to run in our research group, and we have called it, this is a very long name, but more or less this is the story about an idea for a user engagement in participatory design of public space. It's for an application for people to use it and trying to engage them. So we will see a small context and some roles, the local government and the citizens, and then we will see the app, and then we will see, well, the conclusions. Yeah, we will be very fast. So then, this application is based on 3 blocks. In one hand, we have the urban planning. In the context of we are developing a new part of the city, then we have to make this proposal, and usually you have to expose that proposal to the citizens so they can see it, they can complain, they can elect things, they can do things with that. But we find that there are a lot of physical constraints and there's a lack of visibility of this process, so at the end the citizens are not really participating on this. So we think that nowadays there's a technological framework that can help citizens to really be more involved on this. There are devices and information tools for manipulating such a big quantity of data. And of course, as the last speaker said, we have been aware that a lot of gaming techniques can be applied to encourage citizens to engage and participate on these kind of processes. So when the role of the local government in this process will be, I don't know if easy, but I think it's simple. They have this new proposal to make. They take into account the city needs and constraints, but if they really need to, if they really want to know the citizens' concerns, they could define this area of interest, and they could define the rules that will rule the new development, like the limits of the streets wide or the limit of the buildings height, and they should publish that model into the application. So then what happens with the citizens? The citizens usually are not really aware of what's going on with the development of their cities, and they usually have to go to physical places, consult very bothersome documents, usually in paper, big papers, very not really understandable. So what we think we could provide, it's this tool with nice, understandable 3D views, or maybe augmented reality. Well, technologically speaking, we are now capable of a lot of things. So we could provide some editing tools, and for sure, it would be very interesting to provide them with sharing and communicating tools. So then, how could it work? I'm the citizen, I'm walking down the street, and then suddenly I don't know, but I enter into an area who's going to be developed, and then I get a message. I can open that message and I will find a lot of information there. We suppose that that information should be very understandable, nice, attractive for the user, so he really can understand what he's seeing. He can say, for example, oh, I like it, and share it into the social networks. That will be, we think, powerful to aware other citizens that something is going on. He could make some comments and publish them into the platform, so other users and also the local government is aware of that. And then we think the most powerful thing could be that he could edit some things of that plan. I don't know, the street-wide, as we said. And then while he's updating, while he's editing things, the model should be updated, the information should be updated, and it could be, he could receive some feedback on what he's doing. For example, I don't know, this building is too tall, the buildings in general are too tall, you are blocking the sunlight into the ground floor, maybe you prefer not to do the building so tall. So he's more aware of the things that he's doing with the urban planning. And then, of course, also he can save his editings, he could be able to share his proposal, and he could be able to publish it into the platform. So other users can look at it, can rate it, can write comments, whatever. So with this kind of feedback, he will now be more curious, we think, on things that are going on his city. He can look for other official urban planning proposals to try to enter and play with all the things, to comment, to see what other citizens have said about his own proposal. And with this kind of feedback, we think he will be much more curious and try to help in the development of the city. So the conclusion is that this idea of application could implement this concept of crowdsourcing urbanism by the mixing of very complex concepts like policy making, like technological things, like location-based services, procedural modeling, and other social trends like the user engagement strategies through gaming techniques. So what's the challenge? The challenge is to really implement this kind of tool and integrate all these concepts in the exact balance of. They have a big potential, but they are also really complex. So we should balance their complexity and their usefulness. Of course, we will try to implement that in the context of our Smart Campus, which is the test bed from our research group. It's a new idea we have. We test it in our campus. So if you want to see what we have done for the moment, you can visit those links. And I think that was all. I was very fast, I think.
Thank you, Ana. And it's been I was going to say my pleasure. No, it's been difficult for me to try to keep time. I think we've done an okay job, but we still have only just a couple minutes before they call us for lunch.
We still have 15 minutes.
Oh!